And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. It is the Currie Cup final. After months of uncertainty, games that have been cancelled, and all the likes, we are finally here at the very big match of it all. Can the Bulls go back-to-back? Can the Sharks spoil their party and take home the Currie Cup? Well, I suppose we'll know in about 2 hours. Kickoff is in 13 minutes. We're going to go through the team lines. We're going to get to a score prediction in as well, and stuff like that. But first things first, I want you guys to start smashing that like button. I want you to let me know who you are backing today in the comments below. Let's get the chat going. Let's get settled in, get the beers open. I'm not very organized, actually. I'm busy getting my cooler box out now at the moment and sorting out the refreshments for the next sort of 2 hours that we will be spending together. First of all, before we get further, a big shout out to our latest members, Marshall Herter and Joan van Gruenen. Welcome to the Forever Sports Members Club. If you want to become a member, check out the pinned chat there. And yeah, it's been a strange Currie Cup season, I'd say. A very, very strange Currie Cup season. And we sort of almost didn't know if we were going to be able to get to this sort of stage and be able to get to a final, given the fact that we had all the issues with COVID, games being cancelled. So I think the biggest thing, regardless of what we see in the Currie Cup, which has been some really good moments and some really bad moments, we probably just need to be grateful that we are here, and that after all the sort of uncertainty and stuff like that, that we are still getting to watch the Currie Cup final, the second Currie Cup final without fans, which is not fun, and hopefully the last, because it's just not the same. You know, if this was in Pretoria, I probably would have been there. You know, I could have jumped on, taken the phone, gone mobile. We could have been streaming from inside the stadium. That's the type of thing that we want to do in the future when we can get back to watching games in person and stuff like that. But in the meantime, who are you guys backing? Who we all do you have? Is your team playing? And if not, who are you backing in lieu of your team not being there? Let's see who is in the chat here. So Isakiva says, I got Sharks with upset. I don't think Chris Smith can help the Bulls much. Yeah, it should be quite a big game from Chris Smith in the next couple of hours. And then Tim Van den Berg says, hi, Stephen, go Bulls. 2 Sharks games says, I hope Bosch has a kicking boots on today. Yeah, definitely needs to come to the party. Hello, Katie Dixon. Very, very well. She's going for the Bulls. did get a haircut today. I was just getting a bit. It's summer, and when it gets hot and sweaty and stuff like that, I can't do anything related to long hair. So I had to get the cut there. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and get myself sorted. Yeah, got my beers. This should hopefully get us. I mean, it's green, so you're not going to see much, but this will hopefully get us through the next couple of hours. So I hope you guys have got your supplies. I'm busy sorting mine out. Got to keep them warm. Warm, got to keep them cold. What are we drinking? What's on the menu tonight? Have we gone in? Did we all get to the bottle store in time? Are we prepared for today? Are we keeping them for tomorrow? What's the chat? What is your chat? We are streaming this on 2 channels at the moment, simply because, which is why I think Kate Dixon was stuck on the other channel. We are trying to get our second channel, which is Forever Rugby, up to 1,000 subscribers. So if all 41 of you people could do me a massive favor and go and subscribe to that channel as well, that would really, really help us in our road to try and get that to 1,000 subscribers. It's been incredible that we're going to try and grow a second channel to 1,000 subscribers, let alone this one. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. Right. So we've got Tim Van den Berg who's on the Budweiser. Sean Farrell says, I so hopeful Sharks to upset the Bulls. Kevin says, hopefully Currie can give Sharks a late penalty. Be awesome. Felix, it's 8:30 a.m., but I'm tempted to go make a whiskey. Do it. Life's too short not to have a drink with rugby. Best believe tomorrow we're going to be opening them early. We've got 2 matches tomorrow. We've got Australia versus South Africa, obviously, which is the main event. Let's get that over there. And then we've got the Argentina and then the All Blacks, giving us a bit of a curtain raise, getting us warmed up for the main show tomorrow. But today we are all about the provincial rugby, and also just a shout out. I'm currently missing the second coming of Cristiano Ronaldo, so I can come and hang out with you people. That is how important you people are to me. So don't ever say that I don't appreciate you, because I really do. That's why we're out here and watching this game. But I am going to put the game on in the background. I'm having a bit of a disaster. I can't get everything on screen. No, man, why am I being logged off here? I need to see what Ronaldo's doing. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. It is such nice weather here, by the way. Pretoria is going to be cooking, but I was just driving back now from the pub. I had to get a couple of pre-match drafts in, and it's I'm such a big summer fan. You're driving, it's hot, you got the window down, the good vibes, the beer's tasting nicer. It is just I'm made for summer. I mean, look, the body's not made for summer. I'm not quite the beach body yet, but I'm a big summer fan. What is this password? Aha, right, let me get myself sorted here. There's just so much sport on this weekend. The Proteas with a dub last night, a day after releasing their horrendous T20 squad for the World Cup. So now we're going to have either lots of happy Bulls fans or lots of happy Sharks fans after today. And then tomorrow, hopefully, we're going to have lots of happy Springbok fans. I don't know where I'm going to put my beer. I'm trying to find space on my table here. I've got priorities. Here. So before we go to the team setup and stuff like that, I need to make sure that my beer is easily accessible. Right, you chaps are going to go and sit over there. Having a disaster here. Move. Thank you. Right, as soon as the beers are sorted, then I can get back to you guys. I've got my priorities sorted here. All right, you're gonna go there. Right. We're ready. I'm ready. Are you guys ready? What are the score predictions? Do we think it's gonna be a high-scoring game? Are we gonna see some free flowing in rugby, or is it gonna be a traditional sort of final where we don't see probably a lot of kicking, probably a lot of sort of tactical? Obviously, you're gonna take the points on offer and stuff. No ways. I missed Ronaldo scoring. No ways. Oh. Okay, well, people, treat me well. I've just missed Cristiano Ronaldo scoring his first goal back at United. I actually can't believe this. I might actually have a bit of a cry. Well, I've got a reason to celebrate tonight. We're moving. So, K Dixon says, got a side instead, got to pace myself. Yeah, it's a decent shot. If you straight on the whiskey at 8:30, it could be a long day ahead. Viva Ronaldo. Yeah, we're moving. He's back. But we will focus on the rugby. But look, I mean, you can't. At the end of the day, when something like Ronaldo comes back, you can't not check what's going on. Thank you very much, Get Gaming Clinton, to the latest member of the Forever Sports Members Club. Bulls. So Short of Farrell says, I say like last year's final, I think. Yeah, what was the score last time? It wasn't a high scoring game. Bulls win by at least 2 converted try. That's what my horoscope said this morning. I mean, your horoscope gives you your Bulls results. Can you go and bet that? If that's right, I'm going to subscribe to that. That can be my betting advice. David Henry says, I was poke in nothing too spectacular. You know what? They all count, eh? They all count. See. I think somebody should do that in the game today. If Cornel Hendricks goes over, see. Or Lionel Pooh. Actually, I back Lionel to do something quite cool. He's a lad like that. It was 26-19 last time. It sounds about right. I feel like it was a long time ago, wasn't it? Here we go. Here's the highlights. So I'm just busy watching Ronaldo score at Old Trafford. These are timeless things. No way. I'm literally had a mate who flipping predicted it. Right, so should we go through the lineups, I suppose? That's what you're all here for, isn't it? It's what you're all here for. Please do smash like on the video, and please do go and subscribe to Forever Rugby as well. I'd really appreciate it. In fact, I'll put the link in the description. So before we get too stuck into the rugby, that we do go and we can try and see if we can get you guys to go and subscribe to Forever Rugby as well as obviously this. Because we're trying to get that to 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys could help us do that, that would be much appreciated. And I'll check it in the description. Please do go and subscribe to that channel as well. and then, but I'm trying to pull up the teams here. Well, I pretty much know them. Right, so we're going to start with the Bulls. The starting 15 for the Bulls, 1 through to 15. It's Gerard Steenekamp. Joe van Zyl's been back to hooker, which I think is quite an interesting call. Mornay Smith at tight head. Then Janko Swanepoel, Ruan Nokia, they become a very good lock combination, those two, and they will start once again today. We've also got Seal, captain the side, Arno Buerta, Albert Low. It's such a good loose trio that. Zach Berger partners Chris Smith. No Johan Kursen today. He is out because after he tested positive for COVID-19, which is a massive loss to the Bulls and a very big pressure situation for Chris Smith, who was the fly half when they lost against Benetton over in Italy. And then the two wings today for the Bulls are Cornel Hendricks and Madosh Tamwe. Harold Forster and Lionel Pooh are your two centers. David Creel at fullback. Off the bench, the youngster, Jan Hendrik Vessel, Sampirio Mantanzima, who I think has been improving so much. He's a really, really exciting player, and I'm really keen to see what he can do today. Then the experience of Jacques van Rooyen, Jacques Duplessis, WJ Steenkamp, Keegan Johannes, Ruan Combrink, or David Kutzer. I'm not sure if we've had confirmation of who the final decision was there. And then Stevino Yakas is in the number 23. For the Sharks, they've gone with Quesimana up front, Terran van Vuren and Thomas Dutoy. The two locks are Gebrand Krablo, who came a little bit out of nowhere. Started playing a couple of weeks ago, and he gets a start in the final. He's next to LaRue Roots, who's come in leaps and bounds. Dylan Richardson, Henko Fenter, Pepsi Buthelezi are the loose trio. Pepsi Buthelezi, 22 years old, captaining his side in a Currie Cup final. What a story, what a season that Pepsi Buthelezi has had. And hopefully we'll see a big captain's performance from him today. Tanea Nahamba will partner Lionel Cornea, who will leave the Union after this. He is there on loan. So he won't be there in theory after this unless they do extend that loan or come to an agreement for a permanent move. And then we've got Thakio Abrahams, Yao Peng, Claire Cohen, Bosch is your back three for the Sharks. Your two centers today are Marius Lowe and Werner Koch. Off the bench, Dan Yusta, Instukum Kunu and Kutum Kunu, Temelani Boli, Reniel Hugo, Lucky Tlepu, who is on debut, the young scrum half, 21 years old, I believe. Jeremy Ward, Anthony Folman cover the rest of the park. And then we've got Marius van der Westhuizen, who will hold the whistle in the middle. He will be assisted by AJ Jacobs and Amy Barrett-Turon. Stuart Berry is the TMO. Final chance, people, to get your predictions in. We've got the national anthem going. I'm just going to quickly put the sound on. That is very loud. Okay, so we'll leave the sound for now. We'll come back to that a bit later. But right, yeah, last chance. Get your predictions in. We've got the anthems going over here, and then we are up. Okay, I'm actually going to be back with you in literally 30 seconds. You can time. I'm just going to quickly go sort the sound out so that I can have sound on my end. So count it. When I come back, I want to see what the score predictions are. I'll be back right now. Flipping Usain Bolt times that was. Right. The anthems are done. The coaches are sorted. Steve does not have sound. Steve will have some sound. Where's my cable gone now? There we go. Now we're sorted. Now we're cooking. Now we are cooking. Hashtag Sunfoil. Now we're cooking. Right. So Kevin says, I think Sharks will try hanging, but I think after I think Bulls may have this one have enough in the tank. Sean O'Farrell says 20-18 to Sharks. Bulls 12, Sharks 17. Says Esco Kivo. Mark Smith says Sharks 34, Bulls 30. Well, that would be quite a cool game to watch. Let's get our scoreboard up. There we go. Just waiting for kickoff here, and then we will be underway, which means I need to open one of these ones. Gotta crack open a cold one, you know. Right, Sharks playing left to right. Curran Bosch has got ball in hand. Let's just hear it. Shh. Remember the silence? That was a little bit anticlimactic. You let me down, mate. Right. The whistle is gone. Play is underway. Kerwin Bosch kicks to the left-hand side to get the 2021 Currie Cup final, and it's a first touch for Albert Lowe, who secures the kickoff and secures possession. Zach Berger rolling the ball back, getting ready for that box kick of his. And there he goes. Go for a touch finder. He will find touch just inside. It's about on the 10 meters. So they're still inside Bulls territory. So the Sharks will have an early set piece in the first minute of the game. Willof Flindicki is saying, go Sharkies, 23-18 for the Sharks to win. Right, so early set piece here for Kieran Fearon. Cheers, everybody. Please do smash a like on the video as well. Subscribe to the channel. Oh. Yeah, they're starting to flow now. They're starting to flow. Straight off this, I'm back to the pub and we're moving tonight. Right, here we go. Early set piece here. We go to the front of the lineup. It's LaRue Roots who goes up, pops it down to Nahamba. Inside ball, first carry of the ball for Marius Lowe. Targets Chris Smith, who holds up well. Pretty quick delivery there. Henko Fenter with his first carry of the day. Marcel could see assisted in the tackle there with Arno Buerta. Now Sharks working his way back left. Running the hands a bit. Curran Bosch drawing the line. Going to... That's Jeremy Ward. Sorry, it doesn't look like Marius Lowe's actually playing. That looks like Jeremy Ward. So it looks like an early, late change to the team there. We'll have to confirm that in a minute. Lionel Cornier going to LaRue Roots, who's a little bit flat-footed and doesn't manage to get over the advantage line. Now Dylan Richardson runs into Harold Forster and Lionel Pooh. Nice leg drive. They're trying to hold him up, but his knees do hit the ground, so they have to let him go. Stan Humber now decides to go to the left. LaRue Roots the first receiver. Lionel Cornier, flat pass to Brant Krobler, who's wrapped up by Marcel Coetzee. Now, running the hands again. Now, Penkley sees a better space. Always ball through. Jeremy Ward out to Taki Abrams. Abrams inside, which is a good tackle by David Creel, but they have got themselves up to the 22. Now, Thomas Latoy back in the setup here. Yeah, it's a solid carry from him. Still on the 22 here. Quick ball from Nina Humber. It's a little bit behind line. Cornelio goes inside to Henko Fenter. Ball retention, very important here for the Sharks. Lionel Cornelio deciding to change directions. A bit of tech was on the floor there from Jeremy Ward. So they have lost a couple of meters there, have the Sharks. Cornelier going to turn Bosch. Bosch is wrapped up by Zach Berger. And Albert Lowe's over the ball, and he's won a penalty. Very good work on the ground there from Albert Lowe. He's a little bit isolated with Curran Bosch, not the biggest player, so he's never going to have that much going in behind him. And Albert Lowe was on that very, very quickly, holding it on and winning the penalty for the Bulls. So decent early signs there from the Sharks, looking a little bit sort of flat-footed at times. Probably need to be sort of taking the ball on... with a bit of a run in behind you, but not bad. A couple of phases, good to get some phases in, good to get some carries in for the Bulls. I suppose an early tester for their defense to see what they can do. Yeah, there is confirmation that it is Jeremy Ward that is playing today, not Marius Lowe. So Murray Costa is on the bench, the former St. Andrews boy. Right, first lineup for Joe Frenzel. Didn't look particularly straight, but play on. Early. Oh, Hal Forster's. He's found the gap. He's through. He's got Lionel Pooh's been held back. Has he got the pace himself? Thaka Abrams is not going to stop him. He's over. Well, Harold Forster, first touch of the ball, straight from the set piece, and the Bulls are over. That was far too easy. A defensive error there from the Sharks. A huge gap open in front of it, in the inside there, and Harold Forster was away. And a big reach at the end, solid finish. Well, that's the perfect start from the Bulls. It's their first set piece of the game. First time they've actually had possession. When you think they had the kickoff, they kicked it out. Win a penalty into the Sharks half. First set piece, boom, damn, straight down the middle of the center lines there. Harold Forster's got his try. Chris Smith will now line up the conversion. And the Sharks defense found very much wanting there. And not a great start for Jeremy Ward. He was a late replacement, was only supposed to be on the bench. And it's come in, and that's not a good start from the youngster. But now Chris Smith, now a lot of pressure on him, with everyone being quite upset, and he's pulled that to the left. So not a nice start there from Chris Smith, and wasn't the particularly difficult kick either. Yeah, it's not a great read there from Jamie Ward, and the space opened up. And Harold Forster, well, he didn't need a second invitation. He's playing really, really good rugby at the moment. It's Harold Forster. I think him and Lionel Pooh are going to form quite a good centre combination. Currie and Bosch getting us back underway, going straight towards Albert Lowe. Solid chase up there from Werner Koch, but they will retain possession. This time it won't be the box kick from Zach Berger. He goes to Mornay Smith to create a bit of an angle there. Sharks counter by coming in, but the Bulls holding firm. And now Zach Berger will go to the boot. Oh, he's put that straight up in the air. I don't think it'll go particularly far. It won't even go out. But it was one by Werner Koch off the air. There was it was Cornel Hendricks and Penkley who were contending for it. But Werner Koch comes away. Now the Sharks are on the attack, shifting the ball wide. Now Currie Bosch deciding to go back towards traffic. Steps away from one, steps away from another. He's still going as Currie Bosch, eventually brought down. Now Nahamda going down the blind side. Inside ball from Thomas Latoya. A little bit, as I said, always flat-footed at the moment from the Sharks. Brand Krobler decides to put his hand down. And eventually it spills out. Now Penkley has to dive on it. Not much direction and structure to the... Oh, that's a massive tackle on Karen van Vuren from Gerard Steenekamp. Lionel Cornell going to Currie Bosch. Got a bit of space out, trying to get away from the one. Inside of Harold Forster, chickering past Denko Fenter. Inside to Jeremy Ward. He then tosses a very loose pass, and Tucker Abrams will have to try and clean up. And he is just bundled into touch. He's just dragged and manhandled by Arno Buerta and just dragged into touch there. So the Sharks attack at the moment, not looking like it's particularly well organized. Doesn't seem to really know what they're doing. Kind of just sort of, it looks like they're just playing on the way. I mean, they're just playing off a whim at the moment. There was a bit of space out wide, which Currie Bosch should have managed to identify. It was a nice chicken wing pass by him as well. But that final pass from Jeremy Ward just not going to hand, putting Tucker Abrams under a lot of pressure. And all he could do is dive on the ball before being dragged into touch by Arno Buerta. And the Bulls will have another set piece just inside their own half on the left-hand side of the park. Bit of a press conference there between the bunch of them before there comes the call to Joe Franzale. Kevin says, lucky bad defense from the Sharks early days. Yeah, look, it is early days, and there's no need to panic from anyone, but it's not a nice way to start a final. Put yourself 5 points behind immediately. It's good up and under there. It's a very, very good chase there from the Bulls, and they've won possession back, in fact, but they've conceded a penalty for sealing off. So the Sharks get away with one there. It was a really good win in the air there from David Creel. So Currie Bosch at the penalty has launched into the Bulls' half. They found possession just past the 10-meter line. Really good chase. To Currie Bosch went up, but David Creel times his run perfectly, turns it in the tackle in the air there, so he completely takes out Currie Bosch. Had no chance of getting that. So the Bulls, that's a good sign, actually. That's 2 set pieces they've had, and they've managed to sort of exploit some of the Sharks' defense on both times. This time seeing a penalty. Now, here we go. First rolling more of the day. It's a good one so far from the Sharks. They gain a couple of meters there. Looking pretty good. They're still going. They're still going as they work their way towards 22. Sort of splinter off to the right. So then the Hammer's asking for the ball. He does use it. He goes to Jeremy Ward. He goes to Lionel Cornell, who's wrapping around the back. Currie Bosch. Madosh Tumway comes off the defense, makes a very good defensive read and wraps up Currie Bosch. Now Penkley picks up and goes and gets driven back by Harold Forster. Now the Hammer going towards the right. Lionel Cornell spotting a bit of space in behind, dabs it on the ground. And that's perfectly weighted kick. That'll run to touch on the 5-meter line. Really, really good kick in there by Lionel Cornell. Wasn't much happening on attack from the Sharks, so decided to put in that little dab in behind. That was a really good maul from the Sharks, actually. That's quite a nice sign of a potential avenue for them. That will be the thinking there now. Chip in behind, defensive line for the Bulls. Probably clear towards maybe the 10-meter, and they can try and set up another line and go for another running maul here from the Sharks if this gets works out the way they want it. They'll definitely contest this at the moment. Going with a 4-man lineouts are the Bulls. Goes straight to the top to Swanepoel. Then goes to Zach Berger. And it's a penalty to the Bulls for offside. So that's really, really poor from the Sharks, who are trying to put a pressure on Brand Krobler, straying offside and gifting a penalty back. So that's really frustrating. You know, you kick the ball in behind. It's a really good kick from Lionel Cornell, putting the Bulls under a little bit of pressure. And then you can see an easy penalty like that. for nothing, basically, just jumping the gun. So Bulls have managed to kick themselves towards the halfway line. Right, so after 172 votes, 68% of you have said that you see the Bulls winning. So we have to wait and see if that comes true. I think it's a decent shout so far. Ruin Nokia, now he looks like someone who could be in for a haircut. We go to the front of the line to Janko Swanepoel once again. Now the Bulls are going to try and get their own rolling ball going. Welcome Repo Quit 28 to the latest members of the Forever Sports Members Club. If you want to become a member, the link is in the pinned comment. And they've been brought down here. It's turnover ball actually from the Sharks. That's a really, really good maul defense. Well, so far the mauling for the Sharks, they've had a really good attacking maul where they gained a good 15, 20 meters. And now they're just defending the Bulls more and managed to turn it over. It's Thomas Story, I think, who then came through the middle and got his very, very big mitts all over that ball, winning the turnover. So that's quite nice from the Sharks. And you can see he goes straight through the middle, gets his arms all around Joe van Zyl, and then just waits for the contact to go down to ground. So we'll have our first scrum of the day in the 12th minute. Should be quite an interesting battle here. Thomas Toy, I think, a really, really nice addition to the Sharks front row. The pack weights, 913 kgs are the Sharks, 876 are the Bulls, 607 tight 5 for the Sharks, 500, I think it was 70 there for the Bulls. So a much bigger tight 5 there from the Sharks. I think Thomas Toy probably contributing quite a lot to that. And somebody like a LaRue Roots. Well, it's gone down. Shock and horror, the first blooming scrum of the day, and it's gone down. We'll have a reset scrum. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Right, more stability is the call from Morris van der Westhuizen. And it's gone straight down again, and we'll have a reset here. Yeah, I hate a reset scrum. I hate it. Come on, people, let's get a move on. We don't have all day. I want to see some rugby. I want to see some big hits. I want to see some running rugby. I want to get back to the pub. Let's get this going. Jeremy Ward there off the back of the scrum. Much better scrum there. Inside ball there from Henko Fenter. That's a solid carry from him. Much better from the Sharks. Crazy Mana filling it at scrum half. Dylan Richardson getting away from one. Being brought down just before the 22. Henko Fenter wasn't the best pass. Then puts his head down into contact. Cornier, flat pass to Brant Krobler. He runs into Marcel Garcia and Arno Bertus, so doesn't manage to find too much territory there. Ball off Thomas Toy to Dylan Richardson. Kieran Fury now down the outside. Almost getting up to the 22. So far, it's really solid defense here from the Bulls. They're proving to be quite difficult. Big defensive read there from Marcel Garcia. Big hit on Kwesi Mona. Now the Roots having to seal things off. Snell Nahamba going to Dylan Richardson. He gets around Arno Bertus. Eventually brought down the ground. Quick ball from Snell Nahamba. Now Cornelia going to Yao Penkler. He cuts inside and is brought down by Zach Berger. Flat there from Cornelia to Dylan Richardson. Going back down the left-hand side, down the blind side. Jeremy Ward carrying up, and Cornel Hendricks trying to turn that ball over. It's very good defense. I mean, we went to our 13 phase here, and the Bulls have probably conceded maybe 2 or 3 meters. Now back towards Currie Bosch to Werner Clark. They're trying to find space out wide. He gets it out to Currie from Furen. He decides to take contact. He's brought down by Chris Smith. And it's been turned over on the ground. I think that's Joe Fonzale. It's a really good turnover from the Bulls. So after 14 phases, now down the blind side is Marcel Katsia. Gives away to Madosh Tumwe. He bursts through the middle. He's got Ruan Nokia for company. Nokia's going towards support. He's got Zach Berger. He doesn't know what to do. He's still holding on to it. Well, he's been brought down the 22 as Ruan Nokia. And he's been turned over on the ground from Jeremy Ward. So after Ruan Nokia decided to hold on to that, didn't really know what to do. It's been turned over again on the ground by Jeremy Ward. But the Sharks find themselves all the way back inside their own half. Ball back to Currie Bosch. Not much on, so he decides to go to the boot. Spotting a lot of space out left, but it's going to bounce. It's going to roll. Now, where is it going to stop? It'll stop inside the end goal area. So a bit of a frantic period there with the Bulls almost on the counter-attack. And I think that Ruan Nokia probably sort of ate up the space where he ran towards support, but then never got the ball away. Got it wrong there. It was very isolated. It was quite an easy turnover for Jeremy Ward on the ground. And then Currie Bosch trying to turn the Bulls, trying to find that little touch finder inside that 22, but his kick just running too deep and ending up in the in-goal area. So we will have a restart. So far, the Bulls have made 33 tackles to the Sharks 6, and they've missed 3 tackles. Sharks have missed 2 out of the 8 tackles they've had to make. So Sharks have had all the possession, but this Bulls defense looks very, very disciplined. Chris Smith from the restart has gone deep towards Lionel Cornier. Now, up and under there, Thackeray Abrahams is the man chasing. It will be David Creel underneath it. He's very good under the high ball. He does take it well. It's brought down by Abrahams. But the Bulls do keep it. Zach Berger asking for a couple of willing pods. He goes to Janko Swanepoel. Now we're going to see the box kick coming in here from Zach Berger. He can't find touch because he doesn't have the safety of the 22. They're just outside the 22. Right, Lionel Pooh, the main chaser there. Thackeray Abrahams, it's a very good take from Thackeray Abrahams. Running very laterally, trying to find some space. Cuts inside. Runs into Joe Fonzale and is brought down. Quick ball from in the Humber. Leroux Roots got a bit of a run. Gives it to Yalpenke. Oh, ball on the side to Jamie Ward. Jamie Ward tips her towards Yalpenke. Madosh Tumwe marks it. That's very, very good positioning from the Bulls wing. It was an interesting idea from Jamie Ward, tripping it over the top towards Yalpenke. No, he didn't have the pace down the blind side. Down the touchline. Madosh Tumwe turned very well. Got ahead of his man. Went up, took the ball, called the mark. Maybe Jeremy Ward probably shouldn't have got that aerial there. Maybe a bit of a chip ahead on the ground probably would have been a more competitive option. First time we've seen Thackeray Abrahams with a bit of space. Always looks very excited when he has ball in hand. Lots of pace, lots of X factor. Not a lot of size, but he's making it work.
This is a very good ball here from the Sharks. We've seen it on a number of occasions this season.
So the Sharks have carried themselves back towards the Bulls' territory, and they've turned the ball over. They've lost the ball. So it's, I mean, every single time the Sharks manage to get momentum, we've then got a turnover ball here from the Bulls once again. So the Bulls doing very well. They're just absorbing all the pressure. They pretty much had no possession, but they're absorbing the pressure. They're making their tackles. They're waiting for the right moments. They're turning the ball over, and they spent the first pretty much 90 minutes all celebrating. Oh my living, Ronaldo's just scored again. See! Sorry, we're back to the rugby now. We will have a scrum inside Bulls territory. Inside the 22, it will be a Bulls put-in, so a defensive scrum from them. And it's a penalty to the Bulls. Loose at side there was, so it is Kwesi-Mona. Now a couple of hands there from Kieran from Furen, and I think it's Mornay Smith. That's the second scrum of the game. No reset or anything, but there's a penalty for the Bulls. And this is the problem with the Sharks. They keep getting into the danger zones and not being able to capitalize. Right, so the Bulls, just before the halfway line is where they found touch. Sharks have seen 3 penalties so far. The Bulls just the one, despite the Sharks having all the possession. So as I said, the Bulls doing very well to absorb the pressure. Early counter shove there from the Sharks. Bulls trying to set up a bit of a rolling maul, taking a while to find a bit of momentum. The quarters come to use it once. And now has to use it as Joe Van Zale. He brings in Arno Burt, who's got a bit of a run. He gets past the first tackle. He's looking for support. It comes in the form of Harold Forster, but eventually gets brought down. Bulls inside Sharks territory. There's so much space out wide. Lionel Lapu, what's he going to do? He saw that Tucker Abrams. That is so well played. The awareness there from Lionel Lapu. He's playing with so much confidence. Tucker Abrams came off the line because he saw they were outnumbered. So what does Lionel Lapu say? He says, thank you very much. You want to give me that gap? Straight down and change the touch, and they put the Sharks right on the back foot. It's a really big run there from Arno Burta. The support came from Harold Forster, and quick recycling here from Zach Berger. There was so much space. Tucker Abrams had to join the line, otherwise there would have been an overlap. Sorry, it's Currie Bosch that joins the line, and as soon as he does that, Lionel Pooh goes to the boot and finds touch in quite deep into the other 22. So the Sharks would have a defensive lineup. They've called a 4-man. Goes towards the back to Grobler. Decent line win there. Lionel Cornier then goes to the boot. That's actually a very nice touch finder from Lionel Cornier. That's very good exit play from the Sharks. Going to the back of the line. It almost looked a bit risky, but then created a decent angle for Lionel Cornier, and he's found a very nice clearance. Jake White looking very comfortable in his coaching box. Sean Ever a little bit less so. So it wasn't as good as I thought originally thought it was from where the ball bounced. So it's just in between the 10-meter and the 22. So it's still a decent attacking opportunity here for the Bulls. They go to the back themselves. So Albert Lowe, Zach Berger, Chris Smith is going to go down to Harold Forster. Oh, inside ball, Lionel Pooh. Lionel Pooh's through. Has he got the pace? He needs a bit of support. He goes himself. Lionel Pooh. It's the centers for the Bulls who are taking the Sharks apart. He's over. It's over there. And Lionel Pooh, the plumbing, yeah, you see, if you want to win a Currie Cup, you got to put these old Lions boys in here. They're making it rain in Loftus. This combination has been an absolute masterstroke from Jake White. Flat ball there from Harold Forster. Boom. Little pop pass to Lionel Pooh. He's running on the angle, gets inside of Werner Koch. He's got the pace. Gets away from Lionel Cornier. He's looking for the pass. Tucker Abrams comes across as last time. He had David Creel outside, but decides to step inside. Has the time to just check up the little, I don't even know what you're calling it these days, but boom, in there. Cheers, Tucker. Thank you very much. Bulls number 12, Bulls number 13. They're on the score sheet. Bulls are up to 10, and the Sharks really struggling in that inside and that center channel. Well, much easier kick here from Chris Smith. It's right up in front, so I don't think we should have any issues adding the extras here. And straight down the middle there from Chris Smith. 12 points to 0. It's 24 minutes. And I mean, the possession stats must be about 70-30, maybe, if I'm being generous to the Bulls. They've had no possession. When they have had it, my word, are they making it count. Kevin says it does not look like the Sharks is going to smash the Bulls. Well, they need to sort out that center channel because Jeremy Ward and Werner Koch are being eaten alive by their opposite numbers at the moment. They can't shut down that channel. They're going to have a very, very long day ahead of them. Yeah, possession at the moment. I called it 71%, 29% to the Sharks, and yet not a single point on the board. Deep once again to Albert Lowe. Werner Koch is the man. Oh, jeepers, a big bounce on Werner Koch there from Albert Lowe. He gets up to the 22 meters. A decent carry from the Bulls, number 8. Counter ruck coming from Werner Koch. So not the best pass. It's been spilled forward, actually. That's really good from Werner Koch to cause an error. The counter ruck came. So it wasn't the best pass from Zach Berger. And Gerard Steenekamp then spilling it forward. So we talk about this, and it happens a lot. The fact that you scored points and now an error off the kickoff and allowed the Sharks right back inside the 22. It's not a good tackle from Vernicock. I mean, it's shoulder to neck there. I'm surprised they actually haven't had a look at this. Yeah, they are going to have a look at this. Yeah, I think it's going to be I mean, it didn't look good at first glance, to be honest. It was Vernicock straight sort of shoulder to sort of the neck area. I think he could be in trouble here, you know. I think Vernicock's in trouble. I think we're going to see a card. So saying it's indirect. Leg with the shoulder. Penalty only. Well, I like that. I like that. I like that. It wasn't a great tackle. It was a bit high. He did sort of hit him and then go up. And of course, Vernicock being Vernicock, he's going to go and say, "Sorry, mate." Vernicock, is there a nicer guy in rugby than Vernicock? Like, genuinely, I've never met someone who just loves rugby so much. And you can see, first thing he does, jogs over, says sorry to Ulrich. I mean, mate, it's Ulrich Lowe. I don't think he feels much. But he's just such a relaxed oak, this Vernicock. You've got to get him on the podcast. If anybody knows Vernicock, got to get him on the podcast. Bit of a revelation, him playing at 13. I mean, I don't want to be that person that said, "I told you so," but we've been calling on the channel. We've been calling for him to play at 13. Not at his best game so far today, but that's definitely where he's the best in a 15s game. It's so wasted on the wing. Doesn't have the pace. You lose up that defensive nature. So far, the lines have been pretty solid. 6 out of 6 for the Bulls, 4 out of 4 for the Sharks. Bulls line just in front of the 10-meter line. They go to Ruan Nokia for the first time, looking to try and set up a rolling maul. Joe Fanzel controlling things at the back. But once again, it's a really good shove from the Sharks. Now they spin it off to the left a little bit. Now they've got a bit of a run. Needs some more support here to the Sharks. It's being held up now, but they're still going. They're still going. Now they've been told to use it. Can Zach Berger find it? They can't get that ball out. Oh, the ball's dropped down. There will be a turnover. Really good defense. The maul at the moment belongs to the Sharks. Definitely belongs to the Sharks. The attacking mauls have been better. They've defended the maul really well. And I think that the Bulls might need to sort of move away from the rolling maul, which is weird, actually. It's weird to say that the Bulls are not mauling well. I mean, a Bulls side always mauls well. Kevin says, "I may as well watch English Premier League now. Game over." Well, I mean, it's 12-0, so he's still got time to come back. But it's just this Bulls defense just looks a bit like a Bok defense. They just don't look like scoring. Let me get my clock out. 27:42 is what the time is on me TV. Right, time is back on. We will resume the scrum on the halfway line on the far right-hand side of the field. Executive says about Box, you think they're going to give the Wallabies a hard time? Yeah, I'm backing my boys. I'm backing my boys. Look, I don't think it'll be as big of a walkover as some people are predicting, but it would be a very big upset, I think, if we do lose tomorrow, because we're just playing so well at the moment. Oh, no fun. Logan Berg says, Bulls, let's go. Whitehall, it will be a Sharks scrum on the halfway line. It's got quite a nice attacking potential of this, because they've got so much space on the right-hand side that if you've got a set piece move, you've got something that lined up there in the centers, this is a nice position to do it. First things first, you actually have to win possession, right? It's like Abrams who's joined the line, gone straight towards Zach Berger and Chris Smith, got them on the front foot. It's a nice carry from the small wing. Now goes to Henko Fenter, who's a little bit stagnant, but then builds up a bit of momentum, and he's now driven back by Arno Buerta and Marcel Coetzee. Now Thomas Atoy puts his head down, but decent leg drive, getting himself back into Bulls territory, almost up to the 10-meter line. Solid carry from him. Now the Roots. Now he always goes forward, given his side. Done well to hold him up there. Going back towards the left. A little bit of traffic in there, but it does find Kieran from Furen. Solid tackle on him from Janko Swanepoel. Now Cornelia goes to Bosch. Goes to Werner Koch. To Jaap Enkley. Quick hands to Jamie Ward. Quickly to Tucker Abrams, who gets around. Back inside Jamie Ward. Oh, the ball's left behind by Jaap Enkley. Werner Koch's got it, and they've got possession back. It's on the 22. They need quick ball here from Bosch. It does come. Pepsi Butalezi's had a quiet game, but he carries it up. Is tackled by Janko Swanepoel. Snare Nahamba now towards Curran Bosch. Curran Bosch out towards Jan Cornelia. Saw a bit of space. Almost got through the gap. Now, there we go. That's a better run from Dylan Richardson. On the angle, saw a bit of space in there. He gets inside the 22. Nahamba now going towards Lionel Cornelia, who goes to Henko Fento, who puts his head down, runs into Harold Forster and Lionel Lapu, who do well once again to hold him up. His knees are on the ground, so they have to release him. Snare Nahamba going towards the left, going to Dylan Richardson. A little bit slow there was Dylan Richardson. Now, Mornay Smith's all over that ball. I think he's about to win a penalty. I think there was an advantage for offside, so it will be a Sharks penalty. Now, that's much better from the Sharks. It's against A Blue, so it's against Albert Low. But you see that line that Dylan Richardson ran, they're going to go for the points here. That line that Dylan Richardson ran, that's what they've been lacking. They just haven't been... when you attack, it's all very well to just go through the phase, but when you go through 13, 14 phases and you can't get over the game line, you need someone to just either hit a bit of a gap or run a decent line. And Dylan Richardson ran the perfect line and bisected the Bulls' defense. He did get dragged down, but, did get himself, 5 to 10 meters. Sean Farrell, Leinster had a friendly against Harlequins and won by 40 points to 13 in the Aviva. That's quite a big margin. That's worrying signs then for us, for the South Africans, going to have to go over and play against Leinster. A couple of friendlies this weekend, actually. I think I was supposed to be in a press conference for Scarlets. Right, so it's pretty much right in front, slightly towards the right. Curran Bosch, no issue down the middle. The Sharks are on the board, and it was the right decision at the end of the day. 4 penalties, and you've even the scoreboard. So 12 points to 3 after 31 minutes in the Currie Cup final. Ulrich Lowe, the man guilty of conceding that penalty there. Sharks are off, and they need to take the points because, they've had all the possession, and they just can't find a way through that Bulls defense. That particular passenger play was much better. They're far more direct and hitting the line with pace. At the moment, it's been too many times where Snare Nahamba is going to a man and he's standing still. They go quite... they completely missed the delivery route. But Madosh Tamwe spilt it forward there. He had run in behind, and they didn't read that particularly well, the kickoff there, the Sharks, but they have one possession back. They're on their 10-meter line. They've got a knock-on advantage, which will now be over. Thomas Dutoy just takes the contact to try and set up for Snare Nahamba. He's asking for a couple of blockers. Here will come the box kick. Now Snare Nahamba, he can't find touch because they didn't have the safety of the 22. It's a very good take there from Adosh Tumwe, who's wrapped up by Henko Fenter. Dylan Richardson's over the ball quickly, but never released and has conceded a penalty. Zach Berger's taken it quickly, though. He's got a bit of space. He's got David Creel outside, and David Creel goes himself, gets him tight to the 22s, eventually brought down by Kieran from Furen. Zach Berger quickly to Marcel Garcia, inside ball there to Mornay Smith, who is taking a gap, not particularly quickly. He is a prop, so we'll forgive him. That's not a great pass from Zach Berger, but Lionel Pooh is going to clean up. He sees Tucker Abrahams, who's helped up by Pepsi Buthelezi. Inside ball back towards Janko Swanepoel. Nice hit on him from Kwesi Mona. A couple of players over the ball. But it's available for Zach Berger, who goes to Marcel Garcia, who's wrapped up by Gerbrandt Krobler. Zach Berger popping off Bruno Kier in a bit of an inside gap there. Quick ball once again. He delays the pass to Zach Berger. Inside ball now to Albert Lowe, who's powering. He's gotten over. I don't think he's grounding. Ooh, and now Zach Berger has fumbled it over the line there. It's a penalty towards the Bulls. I think it was for playing the 9. Is that not cynical? So actually, I think it was. So the penalty was for offside. I think it was actually earlier. Yeah, it was really good from Zach Berg. He took it quickly, and the running there was really good. David Creel making himself available. Lionel Apu getting over the line. A couple of nice little pops off 9 there from Bruno Kier. They will tap and go on Albert Lowe, who then goes inside to Marcel Garcia. What a barraging run! And as he got grounding, he's over. He's on the board. Captain on captain, and I think Marcel Garcia, with the help of 2 players behind him, has steamrolled over Pepsi Buthelezi to get his try. He wasn't particularly good in the Rainbow Cup final, but he's playing well today. And Marcel Garcia has his 3rd Colin Currie Cup try, his first of the afternoon. And the Bulls, once again, they've been given the position. They've been given the opportunity and they're taking the points. Quick tap there to Marcel Coetzee. Was lashed onto him. I think it was. Boss Pepsi Boot Lazy is supposed to do. I mean, you've got Arno Buerta and Marcel Coetzee running into you. I mean, it's a very difficult combo to try and stop. Calvin says, as a Zimba, it's basically mandatory to support the Sharks. Yeah, why is it? I suppose it's for Beast and Tyree, but all you blooming Zimba support the Sharks. Sometimes really hard being a Zimbabwean. Still, it could be worse. We could support the Bulls. Well, if you support the Bulls, you would be 17-3 up in the Currie Cup final. So there are worse things, I think. You could be a Lion supporter, and that would be horrible. And I speak from experience. Ronald, summary of the game so far. Sharks dominate every facet of the game, but can't execute. Bulls execute every time. Literally, you've summed it up brilliantly there. Where the Sharks, and I think the Bulls have probably got a little bit more possession in the last couple of minutes, but it's just every single time they get into the danger zone, they're making it count. Not even the danger zone. I mean, the flipping 2 tries came from outside the 22, those lineouts. And Chris Smith has added the extra, so 19 points to 3. Well, it's starting to get a little bit away from the Sharks. 16 points already. Can no longer probably take the 3 points if they do get penalties inside the Bulls' half. But they can get a try before half time, get themselves back in the game. That would really help. They've got less than 5 minutes to do so. Decent pressure on Madosh Tumble from the kickoff. They went to the right this time. The Bulls not looking to kick just yet. Zapper goes to Chris Smith. Now he will kick. And he'll try and find touch. He does find touch. I think it'll be about the 10-meter line is probably where they'll line up. So another opportunity for the Sharks to try and get themselves into the danger zone. But the Bulls are just playing really, really relaxed rugby. I mean, you can see there from the kickoff is a decent kick chase and a lot of pressure being applied to Madosh Tumble. But at the same time, 1 or 2 phases straight to Chris Smith. He had some time. See, 32% possession at the moment for the Bulls, and yet 19 points. 68% possession for the Sharks, and yet just the 3 points. Kevin says doesn't seem the Sharks are hungry enough for this game. Oh, well, it's a bit of a messy lineup there. They've got an advantage there to the Sharks. 2 knock-ons there. I think the first was from the Bulls, so it will be a Shark scrum on the 10-meter line inside Bulls territory on the far right-hand side of the field. As Kiva says, Cheetahs and King supporters would like to talk about struggle. Yeah, no, listen, being a King supporter must be heartbreaking. Couldn't do it. And Sean Farrell said, I say Munster and Leicester will be watching this 100%. This is a nice little scout session here. Meanwhile, Manchester United 3-1 up against Newcastle. Cheers, boys. Cheers to you, chaps. Why is Bosch overlooked by selectors? Well, Lionel Cornelius has come in and benched him, basically. He's taken the number 10 jersey within a couple of games. So if you can't if you can't make the number 10 jersey your own at a union, I don't think you're going to make it at the Springboks. If Bosch was playing like he was a year ago, then I back it. But not playing particularly well at the moment. It's a bit of a reset scrum there. Bulls, half their players are Sharks. Look, I mean... Oh, that's a good goal, by the way. Oh, that's gone straight down the Sharks side. Yeah, it will be a penalty to the Sharks. You can see, I think it was Gerard Steenekamp who went straight to ground on the hit there. Thomas Toy winning the penalty. Now, unfortunately, they can't take the points. They're going to have to kick this to the corner. But I need to adjust the clock. With 3 minutes to go, 2.5 minutes to go, if they can score a try, get it rolling more, they more look pretty solid. So I would definitely look at that route. Get a try before half time. Go in at sort of 19 points to 10. The game's still alive. The Greek quiz game is a good example why, and it's tackling. Your Steve Man United plays so well. Look, can't say I'm watching. I just saw the scoreboard change. And I just saw the goal. But hey, we're moving. Welcome, Amanda Pretorius, the latest member to the Forever Sports Members Club. Hans Osterloo says that's why Jake is buying ex-Sharks players. Hey, look, let's can we have a shout out to the Lions players as well? Well, they've lost the line of their Sharks. It's just not happening for them. It's just not happening for them. That looked like a bit of a late shot on Cornell Hendricks. So when you start sort of seeing that up and a little bit of getting a bit grimy here from the Sharks, I think it's just pure frustration. But the Bulls are just looking like such a class outfit. But there are a lot of Sharks, ex-Sharks players, but also you look at the line. It's like the Lions Academy here. You've got Harold Forster, Lionel Apu, Madosh Tamwe, Jacques Van Rooyen, Ruan Combrink. So it's another lineup for the Sharks. They win it this time. They went down the blind side, and Dylan Richardson was wrapped up, and it has been turned over, I think. Well, they're trying to get the ball out. Brandon Krobler has just grabbed Dylan Richardson's foot and just dragged him out the ruck to try and see where the ball was. Literally, like, mate, can you just get out the way quickly? I want to check what's going on here. Yeah, just losing the ball in the tackle there, and then in the way there. So Brandon Krobler says, "Listen, mate, we can't get into this until you move. So I'm just going to have to grab your foot here." Well, I've never seen that before. Why didn't Lions bring former players back like the Bulls are doing? You're asking the real flipping questions now, aren't you? Because the Lions are flipping hopeless. They're frauds. Frauds! That's a very good run there from Cornell Hendricks. And it's a penalty again to the Bulls. So, yeah, I mean, with 40 seconds to go, when did they stop the clock? The Bulls are looking just... The Sharks haven't really pitched up today, have they? It's a dangerous tackle there. So the penalty count is rising. They're not taking opportunities. They spend most of the half in the Bulls' half. But just making nothing count. Absolutely nothing is counting at the moment for the Sharks. So they need to try and shape up here because otherwise this could get a bit ugly. There goes the hooter. There goes the hooter. We're into extra time of the first half, so this will be the last play of the game. So solid win there from the Bulls. Can they? If they score a try here, it could be a very, very long game for the Sharks. They've pretty much made. They've broken off down the right hand side here. It's Marcel Coetzee, which has got a bit of a run. They're inside the 22. They're not going to kick this ball out. They're going for it. Couldn't they sort of wrap up the final in the first half? Albert Loba, show and go, runs into Pepsi Buthelezi and Kwezimona. Ooh, and Honor Buerta knocking it on. Now, the Sharks will have to keep this alive. Jamie Ward goes to Werner Clark, who steps inside. Oh, he steps inside. Once he steps inside again, he's eventually wrapped up by Lionel Lapu. Penalty to the Sharks. And they're going to try and kick. Yeah, this is an opportunity for the Sharks. Curran Bosch got a nice big boot, so he's got to get themselves into Bulls territory. Bulls didn't look particularly well organized there. And you can see Honor Buerta just fumbling it on the tag. Hunt saying Sharks will come back second half, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, look, they can. They just need to make sure they're still in it by the second half. That's why I say a try before half time would be a massive, massive boost for them. At least the Stormers management is even more frauds. Yeah, look, I mean, the Lions aren't in financial like debt and stuff like that. So they've been run responsibly, but we just don't have the money. I think that's the issue. Kevin says, hopefully Sharks can give Currie to Western Province. Sharks have enough cover. Well, they don't really, unless they get Lionel Cornier on a... well, I suppose they've got the Argentinian fly half now. They've lost the line up there, and Marcel Coetzee chipped the ball into touch. Right, halftime score over in Loftus. The Bulls lead 19 points to 3 in the 2021 Currie Cup final. We've seen a very quiet game from some of the key Sharks players. And if there's anything more motivation, walking past the good old trophy there will surely try and motivate the Sharks to come out and have a better second half. We're going to take a bit of a break. So get your beverages, get settled in. Let me know what you thought about the half down in the comments below. Smash like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. And I'll see you guys for the second half in just a few minutes.
The halftime score 19 points to 3. Rugby has had a jack earlier.
Right, and we're back. Well, I'm back. I don't know. You guys are still here, I'm hoping. But we are back. We are back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Forever Sports, Forever Rugby on Forever Sports for this coverage of the APSA Currie Cup. Well, the Carney Currie Cup final. I'm so used to it. It was APSA for blooming years. But yeah, it's not been a good half for the Sharks. They've got a lot of work to do. 19 points to 3 is the current score. Let me just sort out our scoreboards before we get going. Right, what do we reckon is going to happen here, people? We've got 40 more minutes over rugby. One of you people have said, well, I've been gone. Bulls too good for Sharky, says Roshan. K. Dixon says, drinks and snacks, y'all. Jay Pitt, you didn't pay for your beer. You're supposed to still be there. You're supposed to be coming back to the pub. Not my fault you guys are leaving. Kevin says, to be honest, of course, Bulls were favorites. Disappointed Sharks put in a better performance. Leon Fitzroy says, Lions, thanks for all your players playing for the Bulls. Why did you guys not bring them back to your union? Asking the real questions here, aren't you? Kevin says, it doesn't make sense. Half Bulls or Lions playing blue jerseys. Yeah, I'm not happy. Tim van den Berg says, Ulrich with another good half. Yeah, he's playing well. We've got so many good young number 9s at the moment, don't we? I mean, number 8s. Right. Bulls playing left to right now. Chris Smith with ball in hand. Ready to get the second half underway. What are our final score predictions here, people? Right, there's a timer. We're off. Chris Smith has got us back underway. Early touch for Current. For LaRue Roots. A good take out the air there from the lock. It's taken back, so they can't go to touch here from the Sharks. Well, the Sharks need to score early. They've got 16 points to try and make up. And, if they score first, it becomes a bit game on. But if the Bulls score again, then it becomes a very, very, very big job to do for the Sharks. What do you reckon? Can the Sharks do it, or Bulls going back-to-back Currie Cup titles? And there's a penalty there from the Bulls, so that's not a good start from the Sharks at all. Eskikiva saying, probably because the Lions don't have money in the management like Bulls. Agreed. At least the Lions fans support the Bulls. And no, we don't support the Bulls. We don't do that here. We will not be supporting the Bulls. I'll be supporting. I don't even know who I support. If the Lions were to go, I don't know who I'd support. To be honest, I would maybe like Borland or like Leopards. I'd become a Puma supporter. To be honest, I'll be all in on the Pumas. Well, the Bulls are taking the points here. Now it's final rugby, 22-3, making a 19-point gap, just sort of slow poison, really. Eskikiva saying it's Bulls 31, Sharks 10. K. Dixon is going after the Bulls. She's all in on the Bulls. Right, people, there are 300 of you guys watching, and I'm hoping you guys can do me a favor. And most of you guys have already done it, but we are less than 40 people away from getting 1,000 subscribers on Forever Rugby. So if you can quickly go and give that a young subscribe, I'll put the link over there. Just quickly go and subscribe to the channel and then come back here. If 40 of you people can do that, we can hit 1,000 subscribers on Forever Rugby, which would be pretty amazing. As Chris Smith, he struck. Use your words. He struck it well. It went through the middle. And the Bulls are on the board in the second half. 20 points to 3. Much better from Chris Smith. He missed that first early conversion. It was pretty uncharacteristic of him. He is a very good player, as Chris Smith. I just don't think he's had the opportunity to really sort of stake a claim. Shauna Farrell's reckoning Bulls 32, Sharks 19. Eskikiva says Cheetahs, the Lions Cheetahs were the Cats before they were both separated. Yeah, the first jersey I ever had was a Cats jersey. Probably with the Cheetahs that they just don't. Yeah, I'll probably go to Cheetahs. The problem is they're just so Afrikaans. I suppose so are the Pumas. I just don't understand the press conferences. So it's difficult to identify with the coach I don't understand. But they play nice rugby to the Cheetahs. Anyway, off the restart, Zach Berger will kick the ball into touch. It's a nice exit play from the Bulls. They're just doing all the basics right. I mean, it's not been a phenomenal performance from the Bulls. I wouldn't sit there thinking this is the best performance I've ever seen in a final. They've defended really well, and when they've got the opportunities, they've made them count. Francis Platt says if a yellow or red card goes against the Bulls and Sharks score early, then a chance. And Kevin says, I'm not sore loser, but must give credit to the Bulls. Oh, they played well. I wouldn't say it's spectacular, but they've just done everything right. They've made all their tackles. They've been very, very solid defensively. And then when they have had the chance to attack, they split the Sharks. Ooh, defense as Dylan Richardson goes out the right-hand side. He's quite isolated, but the support eventually does arrive for him. about to say, they need to get this ball out. Here comes the counter shove. So then the Humber eventually, arriving now, Kwesi Mwana puts his head down. Sharks will need an impact off their bench, actually, at the moment. Interesting to see what sort of subs they make. Now, Penkley dabs it in behind. David Creel's got a bit of time. So he feels it. Oh, he goes himself, actually. Inside ball to Madosh Tumwe. Now Madosh Tumwe's got the pace. Oh, he can't hold on to it. He loses it forward and into touch. So I think the Sharks have an option. Yeah, they've got an option for a scrum or a line-up there. Almost a bit of a counter-attack in there from the Bulls after the ball sort of came in. So there was a kick behind from, I think it was Lionel Cornell who kicked the ball in behind. Not sure it was the right option, to be honest. Wasn't much of a chase. So David Creel had time to look up. He then went himself, managed to get the ball away to Madosh Tumwe. He didn't quite have the pace to get away from it from the Sharks players, but they do have an option. They will go for the line-out, I'm sure. Yeah, they are going for the line-out, looking for a running more, I'm sure. No substitutions just yet from either side. We've still got the original starting 15. Obviously, Jamie Ward was a late sub, and that is in skew from Kieran van Vuren. No, it's not actually. So it's actually a short-term free kick there. So it's just not happening for the Sharks. It's just not happening. It's the basics that they're not doing well enough. Right, they put it right high in the air, and it's dropped down, back on the Bulls side. Janko Swanepoel has dived onto the ball on the ground, so Bulls retaining possession now. Marcel Garcia puts his head down, runs over Kieran van Vuren. Zach Berger now thought about going towards the left, then goes towards the right. Stennekamp carries pretty well. They've got space here. They've got space here. Harold Forster has dabbed over the top. Ooh, it's just too far. He's kicked it into touch. A rare mistake from Harold Forster. Almost looked like the perfect little kick over the top, but it did go too far. It isn't touch, and it will allow the Sharks to have a line out on the 10-meter line. So a rare mistake there from Harold Forster. They were spaced out wide. I thought they could have run the hands there, to be honest, but deciding to play a bit of a territory game and getting it a little bit wrong. And Kieran Fearon has lost another line out. This is also falling apart. Their line in the first half was pretty solid until the late stage of the half where it started falling apart. And now it's not been a good start as Chris Smith turns Curran Bosch and finds touch inside the 22 of the Sharks. This is now getting to game management time. And the Sharks, they just can't do anything wrong at the moment, can they? Well, Chris Smith, since that first sort of kick which went wide, has actually been very, very solid. So you can see now it's game management mode there from the Bulls. You know, it's and you can see that with the kick of the Harold Force, the kick from Chris Smith. They go to the back of the line this time to the Sharks. It's one, and LaRue Roots got a bit of a run. With steamroll, he gets past on Alberto. He's eventually brought down by Marcel Garcia. Saying the goes to Lionel Cornell, who looks up, puts the ball high in the air. The chase is coming from Yao Penkley, who's chasing hard. David Creel, good take, steps away from Yao Penkley. Almost gets away. He's eventually brought down, gets the ball away to Madosh Tumwe, who's wrapped up by Yao Penkley. Very important tackle there. They could have been away with the Bulls. Zach Berger now inside to his captain, Marcel Garcia. Another carry from him. Looked much better today than he has in the last final, which he captained up against Benton in Italy. Arno Buerta hitting the game with hitting the advantage line there with pace. Now Ruan Nokia keeping the ball alive here. Zach Berger showing and going. He's wrapped up. He's a little bit isolated, but support does come. But very, very good awareness from Werner Koch as the ball sort of popped out the back and he dove onto it. Lionel Cornell, what can he do? Gets away to snare the Humbers. Oh, and that's a fantastic tackle by Ruan Nokia, forcing a knock on as well. Bulls still have possession. It's a bit messy. David Creel now sizing up Werner Koch. Knock on advantage, right back towards Chris Smith. Now Chris Smith will kick it towards the touchline. Madosh Tumwe is there. He's ready to make this competitive. He goes up as Madosh Tumwe. He knocks it back. Now Pooh's onto this. Has he got the pace? He's been roped in by Curran Bosch. Oh, the ball doesn't go. It almost went to Elric Lowe, who then dives on it, stands up. He's going again. He's got Kieran van Vuren, but he's taking Kieran van Vuren with him. And Elric Lowe's coming within meters. Oh, it's just so good. It's just too powerful. It's Janko Swanepoel who's over for another try. That could be it, ladies and gentlemen. That could be it. The Bulls hit first. And it's just, they've won every single 50-50. From the high ball there, Madosh Tumwe making competitive. Lionel Poo, electric onto that. Hands to Madosh Tumwe. The pass was slightly behind Alric Lowe, who then stands up, grabs the ball, basically just holds Kieran from Fury and just runs with him all the way up to the 5 meter. Then Janko Swanepoel was tearing it towards the touchline. Towards the try line. And Zach Berger just obliged and said, here we go. And he just steamrolled over here. You can see Alric Lowe dives and he just holds Kieran from Fury and takes him a few meters before eventually he's brought down. And Janko Swanepoel, he's pumping the legs there. He's got Ruan Nokia. I don't know who it is that was the unfortunate person that had to be in front of him, but he got absolutely minced. It's a great. I mean, they just wanted more, don't they? I mean, at Dosh time where they're winning it back, Lionel Papu was on it quickly, but it's this carry here, Alric Lowe. He's just keeping Kieran from Fury, and eventually Lionel Cornea has to come in and make the tackle. Now, who's the unfortunate chap? That's Werner Koch and Thomas Dutoy, and Werner Koch takes the legs. Thomas Dutoy can't stop the upper body. He just muscled his way over there, did Janko Swanepoel. Bit of an assist there from Ruan Nokia, who's behind him. It's a powerful try. It was just so good. It was just a try as Chris Smith then nails the conversion, which kind of sort of summed up the game. They just wanted more, don't they? You know, from the kick chase, from the desperation to try and get over the line, the carry there from Alric Lowe. Thank you, Francis Platt. Sorry. Christopher Pilar says a shark cannot live on land, so it's obvious the Bulls are going to win on land. Or it's a short kickoff there from the Sharks. Oh, and they almost won it back before Dylan Richardson knocks it on. And Werner Koch has taken a smack to the face. He's gone down quite quickly, so it will be time off here. Bit of variation off the kickoff there. But 26 points the difference at the moment with 30 minutes to go. It's a long way back. It's a long road back, I think, from the Sharks. I think this could be them pretty much out of it, to be perfectly honest. Werner Koch just landing a bit awkwardly there on his shoulder. And the ball bounced back towards the Sharks side, and then Dylan Richardson knocking it. You can see Werner Koch going up and making a good contest in the air. Ruan Nokia didn't land particularly well either. But Werner Koch should be okay. The beer's offloading. So in Currie Cup finals, there's been 5 between the two teams. The Sharks have won 2. The Bulls have won 3. And I think the biggest problem here is I don't think that the Sharks have got much to come off the bench. You know, you're looking at the bench options, and I don't think there's anybody that's coming off the bench that's going to really sort of change the face of the game here. So this is Scrum to the Sharks. It's holding up pretty firm, so Nanela Humble will use this. Goes to Lionel Cornea, goes to Werner Koch. Werner Koch goes to Abrahams, who's knocked it on. Now Madosh Tumwe kicked the head. Now here comes the race. It's a foot race between Madosh Tumwe. Jamie Wood does well to dive onto it. Stands up, picks it up. He needs some support. That was a vital intervention by Jamie Ward. If he missed that dive on the ground, that was try time. Sharks possession back in their own half. Dylan Richardson gets brought down by Zach Berger. Now they go to Percy Buthelezi. We haven't seen him carry the match today from the Sharks captain. Quite a subdued performance. Henke Fenter goes to Lionel Cornea. Lionel Cornea trying to inject some pace. Brand Kroblop. Ball in behind to Curran Bosch, who's now going back towards the right. Very lateral at the moment from the Sharks. Needed somebody to straighten. And I think they've turned it over here of the Bulls. I think somebody jumped on the ground there and picked it up. I don't know whose ball this is. The ball's being held up here. I don't know who's got this. I think that's a Bulls. Yeah, well, it's a turnover towards the Sharks. The Sharks will have to put in at the scrum. I don't quite know what actually happened there, but the net result is that the Sharks do have to put in at the scrum. Shauna Farrell says, I think the Bulls did not want extra time after last year's final. Yeah, well, they don't have to worry about that at this stage. Craig Gomez says, we need a new coach. Well, you've got a lot of coaches coming in, so interested to sort of see what sort of effect they'll have. Neil Powell coming in about a year's time. So, yeah, but I mean, it's interesting to sort of see. I'm interested to see what the Sharks sort of coaching staff do and whether Sean Everett's the right person to take them forward. You know, do they have the right coaches? I mean, they've got such a big variety. You've got Warren Whiteley, who's now going over there. I mean, they've got a coach for absolutely everything. They've got a scrum coach. They've got a line-on coach, the tack coach, defense coach, backline coach, forwards coach, blooming mental coach. They've got any coach you could ever think of down there in Durban. What might be the problem then? So Kevin was saying Sharks have brought in so many coaches, clearly input not helpful. Look, I think it's just a better side at the moment. You can just see the quality difference between the Bulls and the Sharks. And this is the thing. The Bulls have just built the superstar squad that they can afford to lose their Springbok players. They can afford to not have Johan Goosen. They've just got the depth. It's just such a good Bulls outfit. Jake White has made some big signings in the likes of like a Johan Goosen and Marcel Coetzee, but it's the astute ones. It's the Harold Forster, Lionel Poo, the 2 try scores from the first half. I mean, Lionel Poo was swimming in the second, I think in third league of France at the stage. And Jake White said, no, I can turn that guy into the 13 I want. And he scored a try. He looked really good today. So it's been lots of clever signings, I think, as well. Solid scrum, second shove there from the Sharks, but there comes the shove from the Bulls. So Sonny Nahamba does use it. Jeremy Ward goes to Werner Koch. Werner Koch inside. That's much better. A bit of intent there. His knees are on the ground, so they will have to release. Nahamba goes, almost a fumble there from Kroblov. Louis Roots does eventually land up with the ball. It's turned over, though. Right, here comes the counter. Janko Swanepoel goes. He's brought down by Pepsi Buthelezi. Dylan Richardson's over that ball quickly, but he has to release it. Berger goes to Steenkamp. Now Chris Smith sees a bit of space. Inside ball to Joe van Zyl, who's brought down by the 22. This is good from the Bulls. Pass out wide from Zach Berger. Honor Butter is desperately trying to get that ball out. He does get it towards Madosh Tambwe. He cuts inside. Still goes Madosh Tambwe. Now the ball comes loose and forward there, so it will be a knock on. It will be a scrum for the Sharks. Just running out of space down the left-hand side there were the Bulls. Not much really on. Madosh Tambwe trying to do something out of nothing, and the ball just being dislodged from his hands forward. So it'll be another scrum. But the Sharks need to get their way back into Bulls territory. You're not going to win the game or even try and give yourself a chance of winning the game if you're going to play your entire game inside your 22, which is currently the case. Kevin says Sharks are swimming back to Durban, just not as good as the Bulls. That's all 100%. You can't swim from Pretoria. Well, you can try. You can try. My clock is still off. Poor form, Stephen. Poor form. 53-55 is where we are at over there. It's been a defensive masterclass, hasn't it? I mean, to only have conceded 3 points from the Bulls is probably more impressive for me than the 29 points they've actually scored. Right, Sharks going out wide, and they fumble it to Currie Bosch. I think Abrams is going to try and do something out of nothing. He skips over there, and it's just wrapped up. He hasn't had a lot of quality ball, has Stucky Abrams. Haven't really been able to bring him into the game. Number goes to Henko Fenter, who smashes over Albert Lowe, but doesn't manage to get outside the 22. Now Lionel Cornier, little cross kick there to Yao Penkler. And I think Chris Smith takes him out without the ball there. It'll go out there. I think he was almost played without the ball there. I think Chris Smith was actually tackled him there without a fair contest, but it will be a line out for the Bulls. So the Sharks trying to do something a bit different. They just can't find themselves. They can't find a way out. They have just been kept in the second half. It's been a masterclass in game management of saying we've got the lead. Now we're going to keep you where we want to keep you. And they just can't get themselves out. Right, Harold Forster off the line out. Getting up to the 22. Zach Berger now going to the left. Oh, he goes himself. Oh, Zach Berger strolled in. That's the game. That's the game. Give him the trophy. You might as well call it now. That was so easy. Zach Berger sniping himself. He's gone over. He's got to try for himself. Well, he captained the Greek quiz last year. The Greek quiz had a much better campaign without him, ironically. But he's now going to potentially, he's pretty much 25 minutes away from being a Currie Cup champion. And Zach Berger has just bagged his 9th Currie Cup try. He's actually coming leaps and bounds. He's actually a quality scrum half. I think he's going to be someone you have to watch with quite a close eye. And you can see there he's going himself. Kwesi Mona leaves a gap so large that I could have fit through that. And Zach Berger obliged to go straight through. There's nobody at home. Easy as you like, straight over. The Bulls are over again, and this is now becoming a little bit embarrassing in many ways for the Sharks. Not good. It's not looking good. Oh, it was just so easy, wasn't it? So easy. Matthew Dixon says, "Hi guys, hope all is well. Sharky here. We just need time and we don't have our Springboks, so this can be seen as our B team. 11 of our players have been called up. I think the biggest worry for me as a Sharks, if I was a Sharks fan, would be my pack. You know, look, you're getting Mongi Benambi, you're getting Stia Khaleesi, you're getting back Ox, you're getting back, hopefully getting back Sycamore Noche soon. But it's the pack depth that I think worries me a little bit when it comes to the Sharks. You know, have struggled today. That's a much better kicker. Well, Penkley, oh, he's almost past the 10. He was away off the kickoff. They went short. And they said that the ball did not travel 10 because Penkley read it like a book. Here we go. So here comes some changes. It's a bit late if you ask me, but so was he? Yeah, he was. Oh, it's close, eh? You know, it's close. Well, that would have been a way to hit back. I mean, it was almost the perfect read from Penkley to all. I mean, he literally grabbed it on the 10 meters. So it's close. It was very, very close. It was almost the perfect response. And if they managed to hit back there, well, I mean, they still would have had a lot to do. But it will be a scrum on the halfway line at Bulls feed. Kevin says, you remember 2003 final was a nightmare for Sharks as well. I can't say I remember it. I think I was 7. 2003. Yeah, I was about that. So I can't say I remember that one, but I'll take your word for it. And penalty from the Bulls. It's all going right. It's just all going right, isn't it? Intertukum Kuna's come on, and the first thing he's done is conceded a penalty. I don't rate his scrummaging. I think he's such a wonderful player. But until he learns to scrum, I worry about him because he's got so much talent. But I also think that he scored that one try against the Bulls, and suddenly he's the next blooming beast in Tawira. Simply because he did a similar transition and shit like that. But I think Intertukum Kuna has got a lot of work to do at scrum time. He's a fantastic player in the loose. But at the end of the day, what's your job as a prop? It's to scrum. It's like a hooker that can't throw into the lineout. You can never make it a hooker if you can't throw into the lineout. So needs to work on it, does Intertukum Kuna, and all of a sudden the Bulls are right back on the Sharks' doorstep. They go Albert Low. Yeah, because they're running more. He hasn't actually managed to get that ball down there, so it's all popping around there. Joe Van Zyl eventually managed to swing it back towards Chris Smith. He gets away from Henga Fenter. He's still going as Chris Smith. Pick up and go from Albert Low. Breaks the first 2 tackles. Thomas Toy. Oh, Marino Kiers burst through. Zach Berger is wrapped up by Nahamba. Gets the ball away from Albert Low. So tackle by LaRue, but I think it was a bit high. There's an advantage there. Now Mornay Smith is going. They're on the doorstep. They're on the doorstep. Pick up and go here from, I think it's Master could see the man with the ball. It's just, they're over. Have they got grounding? Knocker, no advantage. Go back for the penalty. Well, here we go. We're going to see some Bulls substitutions. And Piro Munton-Zima is going to come on. Very exciting player. Big fan of his. Sean O'Farrell says, plus Sharks are going to Limerick in the URC, so it will not get any easier. Munster don't lose many games there. I know as a Leinster fan how tough the matches were down there. I cannot wait for the URC. I'm itching. I'm frothing. The tap and go. Albert Low. Good tackle there by Kieran Fury, just taking his legs out. Now Master Gutsia. He bounced off Pepsi Buthelezi. He's not had a good day today, unfortunately, and he's gotten over. Try time. Well, now it is getting a little bit childish. Sorry, I actually forgot to add the conversion. Well, Master Gutsia has the second of the day. At 41 points to 3, it's becoming ugly. There's still 20 minutes to go. And Pepsi Buthelezi, who's been fantastic all campaign, really, really tough to see him struggle today like he has, but he's not had a good game. He's been steamrolled once in that first Master Gutsia try, and once again, Master Gutsia has got the better of his opposite captain. It was a good tackle initially from Kieran Fury to stop Albert Low. He dove at the ankles. And then Zach Berger didn't know what the option was. Master Gutsia was peeling around, and he goes. We're going to have a look here. We're going to have a look. I think it's potential knock on. The Sharks could be saved. Craig Gomez says there aren't many powerful Ball carriers and Sharks, Marius Low, Bolly, and Pepsi usually put up a good performance today. None, Zilch. Yeah, that's been the problems. They haven't been able to get past the gain line. Even Lou Roots, who's been carrying pretty well. So looking for a potential knock on here from Albert Low. The knee comes in from Janko Swanepoel. Yeah. So it will be a knock on here. The try will not stand. Okay, so the try will not stand. There's a bit of a knock on at the ruck itself, so it won't stand. We'll go back for a scrum. I don't think it makes much of a difference, but in terms of, yeah, I suppose in terms of embarrassment, just try and keep the score down at the moment of the Sharks, because 41-3, what probably would have been 43-3. It's a big scoreline, eh? Well, here we go. They've offloaded pretty much the entire bench. Off comes Steenekamp, on goes Hoek van Ooyen, another Lions player who'll get his hands on the trophy. Jake White's adopted child, Jan-Hendrik Wessels, is also on, as well as Sampier Mantanzima. He's a lovely player, Mantanzima. Really, really exciting one, that. Eko Fenter's off, which means I imagine Tembelani Bully is on. Dan Juster is busy warming up. Anthony Folmick, I think he's told them he's not going on. He looks very comfortable. It's one of those matches, isn't it, where the coach says, okay, you're on. And you're like, you know what, coach, I'm actually all right, eh? Hamstrings are feeling a little bit tight. I'd rather not risk it. Give me a date, my clock. Tell you one thing, though. I think Morris Lowe's had quite a good. Morris van der West's had quite a good game here so far, referee-wise. We haven't talked about him. I'm sure the Sharks will moan about him later, Sharks fans on the Facebook. That's a fantastic kick. That is a fantastic kick from Snare Nahamba. He's got themselves right up towards the halfway line. That's really good from him. Yeah, it's not quite up to the halfway line. Still a decent kick. Now, Jan-Hendrik Wessels will have his first put in at the line-out. Memenia says the Bulls final was their previous game against Province, unfortunately. Look, Province played well, but I think, to be fair, Sharks were, in theory, going to put up a better performance. Oh, that's a messy line from Jan-Hendrik Wessels. The ball falls back to him, though, and he does keep it alive. I think there was a knock on there from the Bulls. I'll tell you what, though, if Jan-Hendrik Wessels doesn't make it, he can blame absolutely nobody but himself, because Jake White is so intent on making sure that this guy is a proper player. Look, he's very talented, but I reckon Jake White will play him at lock, at hooker, at fullback, at number 10. Whatever he needs to succeed, Jake White will try it. So Jacques du Plessis, this is the difference, isn't it? Janko Swanepoel, who scored a try, has played really well, has been replaced, and Jacques du Plessis walks onto the field. It's that kind of depth, isn't it? Jacques van Ooyen, he's a solid operator. That's who he's coming off the bench. But, what do you guys think about the refereeing performance? As much as Marius van der West hasn't struggled, I think he's had a pretty good game today. I don't think I've disagreed with any of the calls. Didn't go to the card for Werner Koch, which I liked. I think it's been quite a good game. And we must celebrate decent refereeing performances. Right, so the Sharks off the back. Lionel Kinnear dabbing it ahead off the back of the scrum. Mandosh Tumwe cleaning up. He runs straight into Currie and Bosch, and him and Nahamba hold him up. Jacques du Plessis, his first carry of the day with that big mop of blonde hair. Now Burger's going to, a bit early there for Muriel Hugo, who's on the park. Now Kinnear, he gets smashed there by Cornel Hendricks, and Marcel Garcia is all over him like a rash. Is he going to be able to turn the ball over? No, he misses it. Nahamba goes to Dylan Richardson. It's a really good read from Jan-Hendrik Wessels. Sharks losing a couple of meters. Now Kinnear, he's smashed by Marcel Garcia, who was offside. Looked a little bit offside, the way he was up there so quickly. And so Nahamba has had enough. As soon as a penalty there, then Nahamba's taken the boot. It's actually quite a decent touch finder there. Plumbing chair is a disaster here. I keep flipping. Blame the ref for Sharks lose. I'm ashamed to be a Sharks supporter. This is embarrassing. Look, it happens, eh? It happens. It does happen, unfortunately. Look, put it this way. I would rather the Lions be in the finals being smashed than being lost in the log. So count your blessings. Count your blessings. If you want to try and find a positive, that's where you can find a positive. At least you're in the Currie Cup final. The score is 36-3 as per the scoreboard on the. This dump kick behind is not working. Yeah, 100 Vessels here getting a bit of some running repairs. Albert Lowe's had a big game today. Really, really big game. Time back on. Just 15 minutes remaining in this game. Roots, that's the sort of the carry we've been waiting for him all day. Now we've got a bit of pace down there. Take Abrams up against Cornel Hendricks. Woo! Has he done it? This will be a sensational finish if he's done. I don't think he has though. Well, Tucker Abrams might have finished absolutely brilliantly. I don't know if he's managed to get over it. On-field try. Well, this is a fantastic finish if it is. He had Cornel Hendricks to beat, and he went down the right up against the touchline, took a bit of a dive, dabbed it in the corner there. At least Arsenal won. I mean, look, count your blessings. I mean, at least you Arsenal. Oh, I think his foot's in touch. Kieran says, thanks, Stephen. At least made it to final can build from this move forward. Yeah, look, as I said, if I'm a Sharks supporter, I would be disappointed. And tonight I wake up and I'm thinking, right, Munster in a couple of weeks. I think Thakia Abrams is out there. I think Cornel Hendricks does do enough. Yeah, he's touching the touchline there. It was almost a fantastic finish from him, but he is out, so it will be a line out. It was a really good finish. Right, Vessels now, the defensive line out goes straight over the top. What? No ways! The Sharks are over. Well, Jan Hendrik Vessels, meneer, Father Jake will not be happy with that because Jan Hendrik Vessels has just tossed this straight over the top of Jacques du Plessis into the hands of Thomas du Toit, who's gone straight over and scored. I mean, it was a good awareness. It's a big carry. I mean, Marcel could say and Jacques Vernooy can't stop Thomas the Tank, but that's just an awful, awful line out from Jan Hendrik Vessels. Well, Thomas Story is leaving the park now, so he's done his bit. Well, it's too little too late, I reckon, with 14 minutes, but at least they do got to sort of get a bit of especially a bit of sort of save face, You get a bit of consolation points, try and reduce the gap. At least at the end of the day, if you can try and score another try and you look back and you see 36-17, 36-18, 36-20, you think maybe it's a bit more of a competitive game. Currie Bosch has slotted it. Great commenting. Thanks. No, thank you, Peter. URC, baby. That's a win for the Sharks. Well, Thomas Toy didn't have the worst game, so I suppose we can sort of, count our blessings there. Nice of him to get a try there. It was scrum pretty well. It was more the loose head side that was the issue for the Sharks, but the Sharks have hit back. Well, Chris Smith was not happy with that kick. We heard a bit of a disgruntled shout from him. Right, Percy Buthelezi will carry the ball up for the Sharks off the kickoff. Now Sneh Nahama will go for the box kick here. Bosch that's gone straight up. Yeah, pen play against Badash Tumwe. Badash Tumwe has won most of these. He wins this again. That's Temelani Bolu who's on the park. He's wrapped up Chris Smith, who manages to get himself down to ground, so it is available for the Bulls. Jacques du Plessis, second carry of the game, wrapped up by Reniel Hugo and Dylan Richardson. Zach Berger go to Albert Lowe. And Sneh Nahama was up quickly. Werner Koch makes tackle and immediately out and almost manages a turnover, but does. I actually don't know if he can see the penalty there. I think it was actually Kutan Kunu who's just come on. Murray Costa's on, by the way, as well as Anthony Folmick on for Lionel Cornelius. So the Sharks have I think just shut up shop, to be honest, and said, right, well, chaps, you can have a bit of a stretch, bit of a run out. So a penalty for the Bulls. They're pointed towards the poles. Why not? 39 to 10, run the clock down, finals rugby and all that. Kevin says, SA player, second T20 tomorrow, perhaps can win second one too. Yeah, hopefully Aiden Markham continues his form, signed for Punjab, the Kings these days, or whatever they're called. Changes so many between times, but he will be playing in the IPL, which is quite cool. Aiden says, what's your score predictions for the Rugby Championship games tomorrow? I'm going to go New Zealand by 20 points, and I'm hoping Box by about 15. Maybe Box by 10, actually. I won't give actual scores because I actually got no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. Okay, Dixon. Well, how about that? Yeah, look, it's been a good performance from the Bulls. So Bulls supporters will be smiling ear to ear. Well, that's a much better kick from Chris Smith. He's actually played very well. He had that first kick in front of the poles, which he missed. They haven't been made to pay for it, and he's actually operated very well. So credit to Chris Smith, because there was so much sort of like a disaster that blooming Johan Goosen would not be playing, and how are they going to cope? And Chris Smith has come in and he's done a job. Ruan Nokia off the kickoff. That's a very good take from him under quite a lot of pressure. Now Zach Berger has been told to, he fumbles it, so he has to go to David Creel, chicken wing pass. What's this actually going to work out? Ulrich Lowe manages to keep himself in despite the big tackle from eventually his foot does go into touch. Zach Berger, they're fumbling at the ruck and having to use himself. Now sending the Humber. Starts quickly, goes to Petsy Buthelezi, goes to Anthony Folmick, spreads it quickly to Werner Koch. There's not much on. Werner Koch was going to go outside, gets away to Thake Abrams, who measures up. Madosh Tamwe comes inside, gets wrapped up by Lionel Poo. Sharks keeping it alive, and then the Humber going to Tembolani Boli, who runs straight into Jacques Van Rooyen, bounces him off, bounces another one off. He's eventually brought down to ground by Jan Hendrik Wessels and Ruan Nokia. It's a very good ball carrier, is Tembolani Boli. Now, Curran Bosch goes to Larue. It's a bit of a standing start. Does put his head down, get past the halfway line. And then the Humber quick ball back to Curran Bosch, operating at 10 now. Brings it into Tukum Kuno. Better speed here from the Sharks. Once again, Stender Humber, this time going towards the right. Dylan Richardson runs straight into Ruan Nokia. Does make a few meters. Bit of intent from the Sharks. Where was this half an hour ago? Curran Bosch, Tamari Costa, Anthony Folmick. Back towards the halfway line. Decent defense there from the Bulls. Now, they've got men out wide here. Pepsi Buthelezi goes to Thake Abrams probably a bit too quickly, who then gets bundled back towards his own half by Madosh Tamwe. Lionel Poo over that ball, quickly trying to win it, but it is available for Snare and the Humber. And then Madosh Tamwe decides to play him and concedes a penalty. Yoshim will have 500 plus people on the bot game, that's for sure. I hope so. Make sure you come and join us. Also, make sure you go and keep Lakanga company. He'll be warming you up at 9 o'clock with Argentina versus New Zealand, and then the big boys will be out for this Springbok game as well. Of course, it wouldn't be that scoreline if it wasn't for Jake White coaching them. I mean, Jake White, the signings they've made. The Bulls are just operating like a proper bit of a hand in the face then for Snare and the Humber. I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. Carl's Rock, are you streaming the Liverpool game tomorrow? I don't think I'm going to. We were going to, but I want to try. I'd rather do a news show in the evening, so I don't think we'll do Liverpool, but we will be doing 2 Champions League games this week during the midweek, so we will be live for a bit of footy. But I don't think I'm going to do the Liverpool game tomorrow against Leeds. It should be a good game, though. I'm having a bra and taking a bit of a break. Well, it's another penalty for the Sharks, so bit of a late opportunity to score some consolation points. I have to owe Chris Smith an apology before the game. Yeah, look, a lot of people were panicking about him. I don't think you're alone. It's a nice kick from Curran Bosch. Gets it up to the 5-meter line. And a lot of trucks outside. I'm hoping that means Eskom's finally gone. I was worried that they were going to put a shovel through a power line and cut us off, but we seem to have made it, which is quite cool. Kenny Cooney said, I thought a suitable place to host the first URC final is the Mozambique Stadium. Yeah, the Sharks place. 55 seats would do nicely. Can that be done? Ooh! Another penalty to the Sharks. Renal Hugo wants to take this quickly. Look, I think... I know a lot of people love the Sharks. Look, I don't think they've got 55,000 supporters, but it's a lovely stadium. So, I don't think they would. Oh, my... Well, they've literally just tapped it quickly and knocked it on. So that really does sum up things there for the Sharks. Madosh Tamwe has now pumped this downfield. Anthony Folmick will clean up. Right, Anthony. Oh, and he slips as well. This is a disaster. This is a disaster from the Sharks. And he runs straight into Lionel Poo. It's actually almost beginning a bit painful to watch, to be honest. Nahamba, he's played a full 72 minutes here, so we're not going to see old Lucky Gleipul. I reckon they might not risk him, to be fair. 21 years old on debut. Do you really want to come into this sort of environment? I'm not sure you do. On the other hand, you've got nothing to lose. Maybe go and show what you got. Currie Bosch, well, that's a blooming hospital pass to Timalani Boli, who managed to struggle with Marcel Kutsia and regain possession. Right, Werner Koch, Dylan Richardson. Ooh, Benke trying a bit of around the back there and does knock us straight into touch. So it just hasn't happened for the Sharks at the end of the day. You know, the Bulls have defended so well. There's been no openings, and it's just they've done everything right, and the Sharks have done very little right. They had a couple of early mauls, which looked quite promising. That's kind of where it ended, isn't it? A little too late now. Matthew Dixon, Manu, 4-1 Newcastle. See. Yeah, treat. What a treat. Even Jesse Lingard getting on the score sheet, I see. We've got a man down. He has Marcel Kutsia. Let's hope there's nothing too serious. The Ducks adjust the good old clock. Come, chaps. We've got 7 minutes there. I need to wrap this up. Go to the pub before Cyril tells us to be back before 10. Not happy about that. Hopefully tomorrow we get some a later curfew so we can drink to the early hours of the morning again. I mean, I wouldn't be upset with a final at something like the Mosmobile. It'll be quite a cool spectacle. But yeah, I suppose travel, as Sean Fell says, travel will probably be the big issue. Is our time back on here? Time is back on. Time on now. Craig Gomez Bulls are better physical side. Yeah, look, they've shown that today, haven't they? They've just been a different class. Sharks have had 58% territory, by the way, which shows you how much the Bulls are just taking the opportunities when it's been offered to them. Please do smash like on the video, by the way. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Tomorrow we're going to try and see if we can push past 6,700 subscribers. We're 16 away, so maybe we could do that today, to be honest. Keegan Johannes is on the fork. Goes straight to Harold Forster, who runs into Currie Bosch. Still goes Harold Forster. It's a nice leg drive. Gets up to the halfway line. Keegan Johannes, quick ball down to the right to Cornel Hendricks. We've seen a quiet game. Inside ball. They're still going here. The Bulls. Keegan Johannes, quick ball to Marcel Kutsia. Marcel Kutsia getting away from one, looking for the offload. It comes to Sipiwa Mantanzima, who gets smashed by his opposite two props. But they're up to 22 now. The Bulls. Chris Smith going deep to Harold Forster, going to Lionel Poo. Lionel Poo, what will he do? A little kick in behind. Anthony Formic under a lot of pressure. Ducks underneath Madosh Tamwe, but David Creel is there. The Shark support comes back, but once again, they're pinned all the way inside their 22 meters. That tactical little nuance there from Lionel Poo, just giving the ball possession back, but territory-wise, back under pressure. Oh my, LaRue Roots has just spilt it forward terribly and allowed the Bulls an attacking scrum. That's just fatigue, isn't it? I'm surprised he's still on the park. He doesn't usually last a full 80, does LaRue Roots? Looking very dead in their feet now are the Sharks. I mean, the Bulls are just playing with so much confidence. Get low in the box squad. He has been good today. Blake Acker says Bulls are too good, and I'm saying that as a Sharks fan. Kenny Coote says I'm going to the first two games at Fulham for Sharks and Stormers. Really excited for these matches. I'm so jealous. I am so jealous. But please do send photos, by the way. If you guys are overseas and you are going to go to games, send us a photo. We'll check it up on the channel. Share the community. That's a huge scrum from the Bulls. My goodness. It's being kept in. This could be a penalty try, the way it's going. Keegan Johannes has got penalty advantage. While Stan Nahamba plays it. The entire back line side is what the penalty was for, but that was a huge scrum. Another Marcel could see. I'm saying, well, I mean, did they take the points? I mean, what do you do here? You've got. I suppose you ask your front row, right, chaps? Are they going to tap and go here? Albert Lowe's guys. You've got Jacques Duplessis and Marcel could see as potential pods. Albert Lowe goes himself. Superior Mountain Zima wants to pick up and go. Yeah, I think he fancies a try for himself. Yeah, he does pick up and go. He's still going as Mountain Zima eventually gets brought down. Now Jacques Duplessis and Ruan Okia looking to get, Jan Hendrik Vessels. They're held up in front though. Keegan Johannes goes to Chris Smith. Chris Smith to Lionel Pooh, slightly. Oh, he gets away from one though. Lionel Pooh. Oh, the chicken wing pass. David Creel. That's a fantastic tackle by Murray Costa. Madosh Tumwe stands in touch there. They're well done, Murray Costa. The youngsters on really good pass there from Lionel Pooh. He's got such a good offload game. And David Creel, well, it had to be a good tackle, and it was a good tackle. So good stuff there from him. Sean Asuda says Sharks very poor today. Kevin says the Sharks head coach needs to be replaced, need better coach. Super Titan says go Buller. Sure, you live up the road from the Lions home ground, don't you? At least you can go too. Well, once they let us back into fans, I'll be there. But yeah, I think it could be still a while until we can get back into stadiums. Maybe we'll hear something tomorrow at the address if Cyril does address us tomorrow. Right, Sharks trying to run things. Oh, they have Anthony Folmakers through. He's got a lot of pace. He's going to run in. Yeah, surely. He's got the humber for come. Oh, he's rounded Creel. Creel makes a good tackle there eventually. Folmak needs the support. Oh, Murray Costa slips right in front of Lionel Pooh. Is all over that ball, and he'll win a penalty. Pity. Anthony Folmak looked like he was going to go all the way with the humber next to him. Try and draw in. Oh, we've got a yellow card now. And Werner Cox's been sent off here. He's been yellow carded. I think he went off his feet at the breakdown, so it's dangerous and foul play is the call. So Werner Cox will finish the game in the bin. Hands up to apologize. This is his first yellow of the season. Got away with one in the first half, which I agreed with. So just to make things worse, yellow card to the away side. Yeah, you can see he loses his footing and he ends up like putting his shoulder straight into Lionel Pooh's thing. Yeah, I don't think I think he was just over eager, trying to get there so quickly, and he just loses his footing and smashes Lionel Pooh on the ground. Oh, he's on. Lucky Lepu is on. The 21-year-old Shark scrum off is on in the last sort of 2 minutes of the game. Oh, good offload there from Superior Mountain Zima through the tackle to Ruan Nokia. And then a knock on there at the breakdown. I tell you what, Mountain Zima, put him at center. Got Sonny Williams in there. Kevin says perhaps bring John Plumtree back. Can be mistakenly coached in New Zealand. I've actually got no idea. Cyber Time says we are the champions, my friend. We'll keep on fighting till the end. Game over. Look, I think it's been game over for a while, if we're being honest here. But Superior Mountain Zima hits the gap, and the first thing he does, a little chicken wing out to Ruan Nokia. This is a prop, by the way, and a young prop as well. Ruan Combrink is on, the latest Lions player, to just take to the field, grab a quick little Currie Cup. Jacobs is also on in place of Madosh Tumwe. Right, Curran Bosch out to Anthony Folmik. Anthony Folmik always grab it, go straight into Lionel Pooh. Cornel Hendricks has now got a bit of a race on. Cornel Hendricks, is he going to go over? Cornel Hendricks is over. Well, there it is, the broken 40. He's been brilliant for so long, has Cornel Hendricks. And there it is, right in the last minute. He goes over. I'm actually a minute ahead in terms of my clock. So there's 1 minute left, but that is it. That is the Currie Cup sorted. It was been sorted for a while, but 44 points to 10. Cornel Hendricks adds to his Currie Cup try collection with a Currie Cup final try. He's had a quiet game. He's been phenomenal all season. Anthony Folmer, you can see the kick straight off of Lionel Pooh's knee. Cornel Hendricks has the pace. He grabs it. Folmer is catching him, but then he goes down, picks up, and dives over. What a story. Cornel Hendricks adding to his Currie Cup collection of winning. I mean, just a couple of years ago, we didn't know if you were ever going to see Cornel Hendricks play rugby again. Here he is scoring a try in the semi-final. Look what it means to him. Just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal to see him playing here.
We'll contact his time because he's got 30 seconds now to make sure it doesn't kick, and the referee will make him aware of that. I'm sure he's glanced up at the next screen too to see he's now got 20 seconds, that is.
Right, we're going to try and use up all the time here is Chris Smith. He's got 3 seconds to... Well, he's hooked that horribly. Put them out of their misery. Just call. They have called it. The Bulls are Currie Cup champions once again. The Sharks blown away by the men from Pretoria. They celebrate 44 points to 10 is the final score. This team is unstoppable in South Africa. They'll move into their new chapter of the URC with 2 Currie Cup titles. It is a huge effort. And Ruben Cormack on his knees. You played 5 minutes, mate. Come on. Back to the lines you go. For the Sharks, just not good enough. Not good enough. We thought there might have been an upset, but just no chance today. And for the Sharks, back to the drawing board. They'll be in action in a couple of weeks for the URC. For everybody else, please thank you so much for jumping on, keeping me company. One last request. We are trying to get Forever Rugby up to 1,000 subscribers. So there is the channel link. Please, on your way out, go and subscribe to Forever Rugby. We literally need 30 of you guys to do it. There's over 300 watching. So, and there's a couple of people watching on Forever Rugby as well. So between all of you guys, surely we can get up to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the evening. I will see you people tomorrow for Springboks versus Australia. Lacania will be with you for Sharks for New Zealand versus Argentina. Thank you very much for watching. Smash a like on the way out. Do go ahead over to Forever Rugby and subscribe. And I'll see you guys all in the morning.